Hi everybody. I know it's been a while since I've done an orchid video, so I thought I'd show you this one. Here's one I bought at the beginning of October, and I never got around to repotting it. Here's one I just bought recently. This one was reduced to less than $6, and I have one just like this that's been blooming for 2 years, so I decided to buy it. Can never have enough pretty ones. And this one was also reduced to $6. I hope that's focusing right. And they had cut it off at the store right there, and it rebloomed. And I believe this was a double bloom. Yep, there's the other spike they cut back, and I believe this was another double spike. See, they cut that one off, and this one obviously was a double spike. Now, you might wonder, should I repot or shouldn't I when they're in bloom? And most of the places that you look at tell you not to repot when they're in bloom. But let me show you what happens when you don't repot. This one has been in its original pot, which was, let's see, I want to show you the difference in pots. This one, the yellow one, was in this pot, and you can see there's a raised up part, but no drainage in the very bottom. The other two were in these pots, which has a raised up part to keep the crown out of the bottom, and larger holes. See, that has tiny holes. I don't know whether you can see that or not. See the difference in structure? This probably helped lead to the rot on these roots. 2 leaves are off, and look at the dead roots. These were all healthy mid-October when I bought this, and it's disgusting. So the only solution is to get your fingers when there's this much rot and pull all this dead vellum off. These structures, string-like structures that are under the vellum, will help to support it in its new pot, and also can help hydrate the orchid. So I'm going to remove some of this and turn it back on. Here we are back again. I got all that dead off, and there's still more, but I don't know how long my camera will stay on pause. So, and I did take this off. This one still has that hard plastic whiskey glass size original media the orchid was planted in. Alright, I'm going to pause it again. This even had healthy aerial roots, and that one's dead. And as you can see, this needs cut off. I don't cut bloom spikes off unless they're dead. So this one's getting cut off. Whoops. Something's stuck up there. So let's get this out of here. Alright. This cleaned up. That's how well it cleaned up. But that's going to have to... This root right here still has some stuff on that might not stay. And this I will also pull the vellum off, but I'm not going to do it on camera because it takes too long. So, if you want to kill all your roots, don't repot while it's in bloom. This orchid I removed everything from it. And it's funny, the shape of the leaves. This gets huge paddle-shaped leaves as it ages. And it's funny, there were only 2 old leaves, and there are 4 new leaves. So I guess that's why it got a double bloom. These are all healthy, but the color is due to the fact that they didn't get any light on them. Now this one has more lance-shaped leaves. It's kind of hard to tell, I guess, but I can tell right here. And look how healthy the roots are. There are a few aerial roots that are going to need to be cut back. But I've had this for a few weeks and didn't get around to repotting it. So now I'm going to remove this. And you can see, look what happens. The roots that are under this are bad. So the vellum has to come off. You can't let this dead vellum stay on or it just rots the plant. But look at how these roots close to the plant, I'm checking them all to see if they're alive, because they're all kind of dark. I'm doing this one-handed, people, because I don't have a camera or internet access. So this one feels like it's dead too. This was in that silly little peat pot or cocoa core pot. Here it is. It's cocoa core. It has no nourishment. There's a big controversy over cocoa core and peat moss for our house plants. This uses a lot of water to take the salt out of the cocoa core, and people are not paid very much money. It's almost slave labor to produce this. So it's hard on the environment in one way, but yes, it is renewable. These countries that produce this don't have really good water supplies. So if your heart bleeds because of the peat moss, it should bleed because of this too. There's really no way around it. Peat moss is renewable, but it also has some nourishment in for plants. Now you might wonder, what am I going to plant it in? What I'm doing is, I bought these pots online, and then they have lots of holes in the bottom and they keep the crown out, and it has charcoal and pumice in it, and pumice holds some moisture. Now these, because I haven't soaked this bark, I'm going to let them soak after I plant them, pot them up. And here's the charcoal. I got this from Josh's Frog. Looks like it's very good because it has to be good enough to be able to put around the little reptiles they sell. So I'm just going to show you how this goes. Remember, I'm one-handed here. So I'm going to hold it like this. I need to get a phone stand or something. Let's see if I can do this without shaking it around so much. Keep shaking it to get it all down in. I'm going to pause this. Alright everybody, this little guy is so pretty. And I can't believe I got her for $6. She has 6 leaves. And I don't know what to call her. She's so pretty with that pinkish tongue. Let's see if you can see those little, come on, focus. It's not holding still. There we go. My shaky hand. And the Dollar Tree had these little guys. They're dragonflies. Whoops. So, this is what it looks like. I'm going to have to put some more mix in here. I'm going to pause it one more time. This is how I'm going to get it to stand up straight. I'm putting it back in one of the clay orchid pots. So, there's airspace in there. And the other reason I'm doing this is much lighter to take and set in the watering tub rather than this, because this gets very heavy along with the bark. And in my old age, it's getting too hard to do this all the time. I already have 70 orchids, so anyhow, thank you for coming to my video, and I appreciate each and every one of you. God bless, and let me know if you viewed my video by leaving a comment, anything to help me improve, or any questions, let me know. So, take care everyone, and remember, repot your orchid as soon as you get it, whether it's flowering or not, or you might end up with this mess right there instead of nice healthy roots like this. Take care, my friends.